86,000 rand. And whatever time the goalie scored then, as there's a little knockdown here to Zachmovic, and Chipazeze will snuffle that one out. So we're down to 86,000 rand in that competition. And it's going to be interesting to see. So, just watching Zachmovic here. Max Munyai, 33-year-old former Highlands Park player, has been an absolute legend with TX Galaxy. Ball too close to Elvis Chipazeze. Does get a round of applause from the Bosnian striker Zidan Zachmovic. Nice little touch in there as well from TX Galaxy. The do really look quite fluid. Linda Cook-Leoparta, Zachmovic, still Zachmovic. Chipazeze well positioned though, and that's a nice flowing play over about 60 meters from the Rockets.
Very impressive with the passing game, the movement, the combination between Mbata and Zamovic. Look at how he managed to get it over his shoulder, and eventually Chipazeze was at the right place, at the right position to make that crucial save. Clever play from both Zamovic and Lindo Mbata.
Good organisation from him. Mgaga will give him another opportunity. Zachmovic, that header falls just behind the Serbian, and not a bad effort at all. Nicely saved by Chipazeze, but a very good effort from Magesi Mahlangu.
Great corner routine from Mbata, and unfortunately therefore Magesi Mahlangu couldn't find or exaggerate the power I was looking for to beat Chipazeze indoors. Great work from the training ground into the match situation. Effective from TX Galaxy.
Kabini will clear in front of the former Sekakuni United player. It's a foul on Dylan Mekwa.
Great to see the sportsmanship from the senior players. That I was playing the ball, not the man, and unfortunately he was get caught on it, clipping the ankles from Dylan Mekwa. Good students of the game, both of them. They've lived a clean life, hence they're still continuing and showing the youngsters how it's done.
I guess 5 matches unbeaten coming into this one. Two victories and 3 draws. Talking about league and cup. Mashiko back to goal, nicely shepherded by Munyai. This is Chirambadari, he's a left-footed player. Chirambadari has done beautifully. Can he finish the job? Well, that's nearly an own goal, and it's stabbed into the back of the net. Fabulous stuff. It looks like Makoni, Lechleloholo. It's a bit fortuitous, but one has to look at the defense of TX Galaxy, who just stood off, and Magesi took full advantage. It's his first match for Magesi in his 8th start for the club in League and Cup. Magesi lead by a goal to nil, and that silenced everything here in Nelspruit.
Great footwork from Chirambadare, squeezing the ball through in between. Look at the misunderstanding between Damane and Tip, and eventually led to Lehlohonolo Mokoni to get the opener. It's the anticipation from Lehlohonolo with more of an angle finish that managed to find the opener, but beautiful from him. The anticipation, the bounce of the ball, he was on par to make sure that he get that opener.
Well, it was very nearly an own goal from Ndimani if it hadn't been for the save by Tapeira. But Era could do nothing about that. Loose ball bouncing for Lechleloholo Makoni, and he does the business. And a minute before we go into first half stoppage time, Magesi take the lead, and if you predicted that the goal would come in the 44th minute, then you have 46,000 rand in your pocket. Well done.
There we go. Faki Goli, Uzobona, and that's what they did with dialing that number to the former City Leads, Nelspruit City Leads player, Lehlohonolo Mokoni, getting the opener.
Makubu putting a lot of pressure on Magesi Mahlangu and Damane. Kabini, and all of a sudden there's a new energy about Magesi FC. They're closing, they're marking closer, they're operating as a unit, and against Kaizer Chiefs that was one of the things that was very impressive. They just seem to push across the pitch, up and down, side to side as a unit, and one has to take a lot of credit from Clinton Larson for the way that he's put the side together. We're in first half stoppage time, 3 minutes added on.
He defends with 6, he attacks with 4, and with Mekwa also joining in, and unfortunately for Tape was beaten hands down, not knowing exactly what to do at that point in time.
Now, there's not much the Ivorian could do. He was so busy with trying to prevent the own goal from Pulamani and Damane that the rebound then fell to a rather fortuitous Lekholo Makoni. And all he had to do was stick out a leg, and scoreboard tells you the rest of the story, to be honest.
Can you imagine to get your first goal in your hometown? He's from around, he's from Nelspruit City Lads, coached by Coach Benson Mshongo. So for him to score his first goal, professional goal here in Bombela Stadium, it goes a long way.
Spima Mahlangu continues his battle with Delano Abrahams. This is Mkaga for TX Galaxy, looking for the switch out towards Marks Munyai, knocked away by John Makoni. Now Chirambadare could get on his bicycle. But he might not need to, though, because he's got a bit of help from Dylan Mekwa. It's nicely won back by the Rockets. Bata, nice intervention from John Makoni. Mklanhla Mgaga has already had one dart directly at the goal of Elvis Chipazeze from distance. Spiro Mahlangu, and the ball's been given away here. Mashiko really diving into a challenge, and there's a bit of support here from Wonderboy Makubu. Magesi looking good here. Oh, Makubu. His second touch let him down badly.
Yes.
Up in Old Peter Makaba Stadium against Venda Football Club. I think it ended 2-2. But if you were, you'll remember the chairman and how happy he was. Absolutely delighted. Not sure if there were any false promises made. I don't think he would have done that at that stage. But even with the resources that they have and the new players that they've signed, but the majority of the players that played in the first division, I think Magesi have been absolutely unbelievable.
Unbelievable indeed. And you look at what is in the store for Coach Kiki Lassin. You've got Coach Patrice Zotwane on the dugout. You've got Coach Jackie Lidwaba also supporting him. It shows that he believed in the players that got Magesi promoted, and eventually they are doing wonders. You look at the 5 matches they've played. 2 wins, 3 draws. It says a lot, and the frustration keeps on coming from Coach Sedovic because it's not what he's expecting. It's not what. So for Coach Clinton Lassen and his tactical approach today have been sublime.
Well, it's a contrast in emotions because Romovic is desperate for his side to do something about the scoreline, and just right behind him is the Magesi support base that have travelled out here to Nelspruit and Pumpela, and they're mighty happy with the situation. The TX Galaxy certainly aren't. We are in, well, pretty close to being the final minutes of regulation time. In the meantime, down in Bloemfontein, that match is already in the 5th minute of post-match stoppage time. Don't forget, it is in Bloemfontein where the draw will be made for the semi-final, so we'll know about that pretty soon, unless there's an equalising goal from TX Galaxy and we have extra time. It seems unlikely, but football... James Miga, you've been in the game long enough.
One famous quote did mention to say, football will kill you a real death.
A real.
We've seen goals scored in the last minute of the game. We've seen plenty happening in the last. It's all about the level of concentration which Magesi have shown thus far after forfeiting their lead against Kaizer Chiefs. There are lessons that they have learned through the way they're playing.
They brought on Clayton Rademacher for Edmond Chirambadari, who is possibly just running out of steam at the moment, and Rademacher playing now on the left-hand side. But besides that, they've made no changes. And for me, that's been the win, because when they made the changes against Chiefs, the goals came. And it was because of just maybe a lack of understanding, too many defenders in one place at the time. But Magesi haven't parked the bus, they haven't gone the defensive route, and while they are playing behind the halfway line, it's not out and out defense. 4 minutes added on. Coach, at the end of this match, we are in stoppage time.
In his pre-match interview, Coach Clinton Lassen did mention a crucial fact to say we need to manage the recovery phase of the players. Because they're not playing, they will only play on the 23rd. He's able to stretch his team to the last minute of the game to show that the recovery phase, they might give them 2 or 3 days off just to recover, because there isn't any league commitment for now. So I'm not surprised with the tactical approach he has used. Makubo strong on the ball. drawing a foul from young Damane. That's what they want at this point in time, to unwind the clock.
Yeah, but now they're also playing their football in the half of TX Galaxy, which if you don't have the ball, you can't score a goal. And this is clever for me from Clinton Larson. That ball wasn't that clever, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. Wonder Boy Makubu's had a good match today. They've only made one change. They have Magesi. 1 minute has elapsed. 3 more minutes for TX Galaxy to try and grab an equaliser. Didijani quite capable of doing that. Space for Didijani. Set up for Munchana, and he knew as soon as he'd hit it that he'd mishit it. Oh, and a yellow card for Chipazeze, probably for time wasting or getting involved in something of a niggle.
And you'll understand the frustration from Chipazeze, because he wants his first defensive layer to be away, but for him leaving the goal kick and going to score his own player, it showed that Refu Kister had other means. Now he's managing how the players going to try and unwind and frustrate the opposition.
So have a look at the potential semi-finals. Marumo Gallants, Magesi, Richards Bay FC and Mamelodi Sundowns. I want to think, Sundowns have got another cup into their cupboard. They lost to Polokwane City just a little while ago in Polokwane, so I'm not taking anything for granted here in this league. Yes, they beat Chiefs 4-0 the other day. Bunjana trying to pick up as well, but that's nicely covered by Magesi in defence. Very little coming over the halfway line for the newcomers to the top flight of South African football. And really, I think Clinton Larson not only can take a bow from this match, but I think he'll be mighty happy.
He'll be very happy. Look at the potential semi-finalist in Marumo Gallant, Richards Bay, and also Magesi. They've got one thing in common. They just qualified two from the Mzansi Foundation into. Remember Coach Dan Malisela in 2019 when he won the Nedbank Cup with TX Galaxy beating Kaizer Chiefs?
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see how everything, for Magesi, they've done extremely well. All the players have put a good shift.
Mountaineering there from Kobo Wake Sibande, who came off the bench, and Magesi playing in the right areas now. Even better now, playing in the areas. Can there be a second goal to tidy things up? Back post, Makubu. And somehow TX Galaxy scramble away with Macbeth Maklangu. 1 minute remaining in Mpompela.
Great work from Mashiro, where he managed to find the neatest pass in between, and that awareness from Macbeth Maklangu was enough to take the ball away from Makubu, who was trying